Greetings, students. My name is Robert Sean Kennedy. I'm going to be your history instructor for this session in your Basol course. Okay, let's get right to it and go through some of the requirements for the course. First thing you want to know is the best way to get a hold of me is through my email address, robertkennedyhistoryteacher@gmail.com. If you try to call me, I'm in and out of my office. We will play phone tag, and 9 times out of 10, when students are getting a hold of me, it is something that can be addressed via email. Usually students just have questions about where something is located, how much something is worth, am I going to grade something, and all perfectly good questions that can be addressed quickly. What happens when you call, if we leave a message, then we play phone tag, and something that could have been addressed by email takes 2 or 3 days to be addressed. So email first, and then if we need to talk, if there are more complex nuanced questions or issues that you would like to sit down with me or talk over the phone with me, by all means, then we can talk from there. But always initiate contact via email. Second thing you want to know is you want to get the book as quickly as possible. Now, it is my understanding that through your tuition, Basol has purchased the book for you. So, you still will have to create an account through Top Hat, but I believe the book has been purchased for you. Create an account and then attempt to obtain the text. It's an online text, which is app-based, and I'll show you a little bit of it in just a bit. That's the access code right there, 791014. For my U.S. History 1 students, same thing, but you're going to have a different access code. So just pay attention to what's in front of you there and go from there. All right, and so yeah, just make sure I'm making one orientation video for both History 1301 and 1302. So my History 1301 students, be aware of that and refer to the content in front of you, despite what might be different for my History 1302 students. But the concepts and the principles and the policies for the course are still the same. The next thing you want to get is Lockdown Browser. So please get that as quickly as possible. If you're unfamiliar with what Lockdown Browser is, here's a tutorial right there. Click there and you can watch a video on it. But basically it is software that will enable you to take the pre-tests and post-tests for this course. It is an actual app that gets downloaded to your desktop, and then you open up Blackboard through that app, log into Blackboard from there, and take the exam as you normally would. It just prevents you from opening up other browsers. It also will require you to have a webcam while you take the pre-tests and post-tests. So please make sure that your webcam is activated. If you don't have one, if you just go to Amazon, you will find them relatively inexpensive. I've seen a lot of them for under just a few dollars. But most computers and tablets come now with built-in webcam, so get that as quickly as possible. Let's see. Let's go to the competencies. First thing I want to bring to your attention is that there are, in this course, History 1302, there are 5 different competencies. And in History 1301, I believe there are 4 competencies, although I could be wrong on that. But nonetheless, make sure you're aware of how many competencies there are. Yes, there are 4 competencies in History 1301, because this one picks up on Competency 5. And there's 5 competencies in History 1302. But they all work the same, so we can take any course just to learn about what you're going to do. Do be aware of this right here. Failure to complete the Competency 5. It says Comp 1 there. I'll have to fix that. A little bit later, but I'll fix it. But failure to complete the competency which means the pretest and the post-test, and earning a 80% or higher with the post-test by January 22nd, so that's next week, will result in you being dropped from the course. No exceptions. I have to be pretty firm on that. This is a fast-paced course, and you have to be committed towards the material and towards doing the work. I know you're all busy, but I want to make sure that you do not get in a situation where you're basically wasting your time and, more important, well, equally as important, your money, time and money. We don't want to waste that. So be aware of that. And so probably the best way to avoid any problems is to begin the course today. So if there are any issues, get a hold of me, get a hold of the Basol people. Nancy can help you, although they probably will be getting a new academic coach. But at any rate, get a hold of them, get a hold of me if you have any issues. All right, competency 5. Click here. So they all work the same. There'll be a pretest, so you want to take the pretest as quickly as possible. Take the pretest. If you don't pass it, then you will take then you'll do the topic assignments. So it's basically giving you an overview of what the topic is. Here are the module objectives for the topic, and then here's the checklist. Now, the content for the topic, the assigned material, in other words, is not in Blackboard. It is in your textbook. So let's take a look at that. We'll bring it over to the window here. And what course are we in? Yeah, okay, we're in the course right here. So here is competency 5. And it is composed of a chapter and a lecture. So you will notice that when you open up the chapter, it consists of text, it consists of video, and throughout the text, scroll down, you'll see that there are quiz questions. Some of them are multiple choice, some of them are fill in the blank, some of them are true or false, some of them are short answer. Complete that. You have to get an 80% or higher on these. You have 3 attempts per question to make sure you get 80% on these quizzes for the post-test to be opened up, right? And that's to your benefit. If you're earning an 80% on these quizzes and the lectures, which I'll show you in just a second, that probably is going to mean that you're going to earn an 80% on the post-test, because the test bank is coming directly from the textbook. So let's look at the lecture. Now, please pay attention to this very carefully. Each essay is going to come with an essay prompt. Now, this essay prompt right here, which is asking you to write about a 6 to 10 paragraph essay responding to the following essay prompt. Discuss the 2 constitutional theories that evolved around the question of Reconstruction. Within your discussion, identify and describe the 3 phases of Reconstruction. Finally, describe the promise and hope of Reconstruction and its eventual demise. All of that is broken down into learning objectives, right? Learning objectives 1 through 5, although 5 is optional. It's for extra credit. So you can check that out. But basically, the learning objectives have their own separate prompts that break down this prompt to help you, to basically empower you to respond thoroughly to this essay prompt. So you don't have to do any outside research. In fact, you shouldn't do any outside research. All of the material should come from here. You don't have to worry about citing your sources for these essays. The material is coming straight from the lecture. So I know where you're getting your sources. It's coming from here. So please do not cite your sources, since we all know where your sources are coming from. So let's go to Learning Objective 1. Basically, they all work the same, so we'll just look at this one. Right? Here's the prompt for it. Discuss the 2 constitutional theories that evolved around the question of Reconstruction. This should be at least 1 paragraph. Right, one paragraph. How are you going to prepare for that? Well, you're going to watch the video here, which is a lecture, and then the notes, which is based on the lecture. So there's some material in the notes that's in the video, and there's some material in the video that's not in the notes. So you want to watch them collectively together. View this material. Take notes based on this prompt right here. So take notes based on this prompt, and as you're coming across material within the lecture, take notes, and then draft a paragraph, maybe more. A paragraph is generally 5 to 6 sentences, generally, right? When you get down to the bottom, you'll notice right here a place for you to reply. Put your response here, post it, and I will grade it as quickly as I'm able to. And if you get something less than an 80%, I will let you know. and give you some feedback on how to improve your response. And you'll get you'll get 3 attempts here to get your response up. So that's basically the course. They all work that way. There's usually chapters assigned per competency, and there's either 1, sometimes 2. At the most, I think I don't think there's more than, there might be 3 lectures altogether in one of the competencies. But that's basically how it works. Let's go back here. So that's giving you basically what the assignment is. When you're done, this post-test will open up to you. When it opens up to you, take it. Got to earn 80%. You'll have 3 attempts to do so. When you're done, you're going to move on to competency 6. I won't let you do it right now because you have to pass competency 5 at first. So that's basically it. Let me know if you have any questions. Take the orientation exam. That's just basically making sure you understand exactly what the expectations are in this course. Once you have completed the orientation exam, the first pretest will come. So get on this orientation exam so you can go forth and be great in this course, and you will know what the expectations are, and you shouldn't have too many questions. But if you do, let me know and I will help you out. Take care. Do let me know if you have any questions. Get me on that Robert Kennedy historyteacher@gmail.com email address. Thank you very much, and I'll talk with you guys later. Take care.